let me be controversial here.
Okay.
Excellent. This is what we were hoping for.
So, is it the case, though, that everybody is trying to do this for themselves, for their own business, in a selfish fashion? There's not really enough collaboration going across here.
Absolutely.
We're not actually going to make a difference if every individual business keeps reinventing the wheel. What we need is for people to work together more, but businesses are too scared of doing that. They're worried they're going to lose their competitive advantage because they've managed to do something in a particular E, S or G that makes a difference for them and it gives them a separate USP. That's really unhelpful to the end cause. And this is the thing about the difference between are we doing ESG for the purposes of saving the planet and the rest of us, or are we doing it for the purposes of looking good for the investors and driving profitability?
Distinctiveness.
But I think all the new regulation that's coming out around supply chains is aimed at bringing companies together. It might not be business to business, but there's a raft of supply chain legislation that's coming out. There's the German legislation that's just come out. There's one on forestry that I just read about today. And that's all about looking down into your supply chain. So no longer are you just going to do your scope 3, which is your business travel, which, let's face it, is really boring. You need to look at that whole scope 3, which is going to encompass your whole supply chain. And I think that's the exciting part, because then that's where, you will have that effect. It will take it right down through all your SMEs, and it'll bring everybody on that journey with you.
And on that note and that journey and supply chain, to kind of go back a little bit to the conversation we were having about the E and the S and where do they come together. I've done a lot of work with kind of social enterprises and more, my experience is more in the small business kind of sector. And that opportunity to be working with the supply chain with social enterprises, smaller businesses, and therefore who are more likely to be working locally, more sustainably because it's just a small little team, that's when you get the two to come together for the benefit of, rather than it being a choice of one or the other, really, and breaking those, contracts up so that a number of smaller businesses can start to get access to them, rather than it being the same old, and then you start to kind of change whole industries, and it trickles down, doesn't it?
And I think that's where the B Corp does come in, because it can help bring those smaller companies on that journey, because they don't have the big budgets of sustainability teams that these big corporations have. They might have no one.
Yeah.
It might just be a kind of moonlight hours that somebody is doing this all in. So if they can get help from the likes of B Corp, the likes of other areas, then it can help.
The Environmental Business Network is here to help all businesses adapt to and benefit from the very different economic and environmental futures we all face. Subscribe to our YouTube channel or visit the website to find out more information.